My name is Yellow and welcome to episode 1 of WWE 2K15 General Manager Mode. This is something that has never been done before, something completely different to anything you've ever seen on WWE 2K15 before. And I'm doing it because my most popular series on my channel of all time is my SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 General Manager Mode series. General Manager Mode has always been my most favourite game mode in any WWE game ever, so I've decided to make something that actually works, and it's something that'll make General Manager Mode work on 2K15. Now obviously this isn't an actual game mode, but it's just something I've made to try and keep the channel fresh, try and keep the 2K15 content up on my channel since it's pretty lacking at the minute. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy this series and hopefully it runs for a long time, or at least until 2K16 comes out. And yeah, we will begin, and as always at the start of General Manager Mode you have to decide which show you're going to be managing, I guess. And that is between SmackDown and Raw. And just like my 2008 series, I'm going to be SmackDown. Okay, so first things first, the draft. And as I am SmackDown, here is the empty spaces, which will soon be filled with SmackDown superstars. So the way this is going to work is there is 18 superstars that both SmackDown and Raw are going to choose. And of course, I'm managing SmackDown, so I want to get the very best of the best for the SmackDown brand because we're going for the title. We want to be Manager of the Year. So, we're going to start things off with my number 1 draft pick. And my number 1 draft pick is, of course, the man known as CM Punk. Some people love him, some people hate him, especially since he left the company. But he is back. And he is back for one reason only, to be the very first draft pick in this WWE 2K15 General Manager Mode series. So, with that being said, let's find out who the very first draft pick is for Raw. So here we are at the Raw side now, and they are about to make their first pick, and it is this man. And his name is John Cena. Yeah, John Cena, first pick over to Raw, which means that SmackDown, my brand, I have a tough decision to make on who to make my second person. Or do I? No, I don't, because that second person is going to be the one, the only, Daniel Bryan. He is going to be the second pick for SmackDown, so back over to Raw again. And now Raw have a tough decision to make. But they have to choose someone, and their second person is going to be Seth Rollins. Okay, that leaves me in a bit of a predicament. Because of course Seth Rollins is one of the best. I would have liked to have him on SmackDown, which means I'm going to have to get someone just as equally as good. And who better than another former Shield member, Dean Ambrose. Okay, so again, Raw have some trouble here. They need to pick someone good, someone who I would want to get, and they do that by getting Randy Orton. Great pick by Raw, and the rosters are looking pretty good so far, so that means that I have to get someone pretty good, someone who can surprise the other person with their brute strength. And who better than the Swiss Superman, Cesaro. So again, Raw back in the driver's seat, and their fourth pick is going to be Roman Reigns, which means that I need to do something just as well as getting Roman Reigns. Someone not similar to Roman Reigns in any way, because my fifth pick is going to be Dolph Ziggler. So now we're going back to Raw again. Who are Raw going to pick? They're going to pick Sheamus. Okay. Sheamus would have been a good one to have on SmackDown. But that's fine, because I will choose as my sixth pick Rusev. Quite the pick. So back to Raw, and their 6th pick is going to be the Beast, Brock Lesnar, which means my 7th pick has to be someone good. We're already a third of the way there, so my 7th pick is going to be King Barrett. So who are Raw going to pick? Their 7th pick is Neville, which means that I've got to get someone good. Again, obviously, Neville would have been good, but he's not as good as Kevin Owens. I think that was a good pick, I really do. But back to Raw now, and they're going to pick Kofi Kingston as pick number 8, which means that I need to get someone special now. And I think they forgot about this person because I'm going to pick Bray Wyatt. I'm happy with getting Bray Wyatt because I think Raw forgot about them, but they did not forget about Stardust because that is their 9th pick. Stardust would have been a good one to have, but instead I'm going to go with Luke Harper to complete the reunited Wyatt family for my 10th pick. Raw's 10th pick, however, is going to be The Miz, bringing some awesomeness to Raw. Interesting enough, I don't think I would have took Miz, but I am going to take Tyson Kidd. Interesting pick, especially for pick number 11. That's still quite early in, but their 11th pick is Ryback, the big man. He's going to need to be fed some more, though, if he wants to do good on Raw. My 12th pick, though, is Darren Young, one half of the Primetime Players. Hopefully I can get him in my Tyson O'Neill in my 13th pick, but their 12th pick is The Big Show, the big man coming to Raw. Again, I think I'm fine with them taking The Big Show, not really someone I'm going after, but I do round out the Primetime Players by getting Titus O'Neill as my 13th pick. Raw's 13th pick, however, is Jimmy Uso, one half of the Usos. Okay, they're starting to get their tag team division together now, but my 14th pick is Sami Zayn. The NXT starlet is joining SmackDown. Their 14th pick is a predictable one by getting Jey Uso. So they round out the Usos, which is fine. Kind of fine on tag teams right now because my 15th pick, Mark Henry. A big man. The Raw side kind of have the big men, but I'm taking one of them as my own as they take another big man in Big E as their 15th pick. Okay, that's fine. My 16th pick, however, is going to be R-Truth. Another interesting pick. Don't know why, but R-Truth was just one of those people I did want on my show, so I'm glad I got him. But they do take Xavier Woods to get all 3 members of A New Day. But my 17th pick, however, is going to be Connor of the Ascension. Hopefully I can get Victor as my 18th if they don't steal him. I don't know why they would, because their 17th is Eric Rowan. Interesting pick there for their 17th. But my final pick is Victor. Of course, I managed to get him round out the Ascension there, so that is my roster done. And Raw's final pick is none other than Bo Dallas. He's going to make them believe on Raw. So there we have it. There is the draft, and I'm very happy with my roster. There's all 18 people of my SmackDown roster, so let's quickly run through them. We have CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, Cesaro, Dolph Ziggler, Rusev, King Barrett, Kevin Owens, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Tyson Kidd, Darren Young, Titus O'Neill, Sami Zayn, Mark Henry, R-Truth, Connor, and Victor. That is the SmackDown roster. I am happy with that. So there's a good look at it. Let's go back over to Raw now and check out their roster. So here it is, the Raw roster that they managed to get. Let's quickly run down that as well. They have John Cena, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, Sheamus, Brock Lesnar, Neville, Kofi Kingston, Stardust, The Miz, Ryback, Big Show, Jimmy and Jey Uso, Big E, Xavier Woods, Eric Rowan, and Bo Dallas. A pretty strong roster as well. Somewhat evenly matched. I'm happy with the way the roster's turned out, though. There is quite a few people on Raw, though, I wouldn't mind having. Nearly all of them, actually, I wouldn't mind having. So there will definitely be some trading going on at some point in this series. But, like all General Manager modes, up next, we need to sort out the champions that we are going to assign to start off our shows. So, the 3 belts that we have on SmackDown are the World Heavyweight Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, and the Tag Team Championships. So that means that I need to pick 4 people to be the champions here. And of course, looking through my roster, I've got to decide who's going to be World Heavyweight Champion first. And it seems pretty obvious to me who it's going to be. He was my very first draft pick, so that already kind of gives it away. It's going to be none other than CM Punk. I feel like he would be a great World Heavyweight Champion for SmackDown, so of course he's going to be my World Heavyweight Champion. Now next up, I've got to decide who is going to be my Intercontinental Champion. And again, I've got a couple of people in mind. You know, it could be Daniel Bryan, it could be Kevin Owens, it could be whoever else, it could be anyone out of the 18 people that I've chose. But I feel like the perfect fit for the Intercontinental Championship would be Wade Barrett, aka King Barrett. He will be my Intercontinental Champion to start off this series. And then finally we move on to the Tag Team Champions. We have a couple of tag teams on the SmackDown roster, but the one I feel is most deserving of those Tag Team Championships and will start as the Tag Team Champions is the Primetime Players, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil. So that's it, those are my champions. I'm happy with them and how my show is going to start. I mean, of course, CM Punk, a great World Heavyweight Champion, King Barrett, a great Intercontinental Champion, Primetime Players, great Tag Team Champions. So I think my show might have an advantage to Raw. We won't be able to find out the champions of Raw until we find out, I guess, later on in the series. But right now, that is my champions, and I guess we can move on to the General Manager's office. Here we are in the, obviously, very luxurious office of the General Manager. And yeah, it's pretty bare, but we do have 4 things that we can do right now. We can check the roster, we can check some messages. It looks like we've got one right now, so I'll check those in a second. We can check news, and we can create our show for the week. But yeah, we have a new message on our phone, so let's check that out. And it looks like that message is from Mr. McMahon himself, Vinnie Mac. So let's read what it says. It says, "Hello, Mr. McMahon here. Sorry I couldn't meet you in person, but I hope you are settling into your new role well. You have a long road ahead of you, but do well, and I'm sure you'll be a perfect fit for the General Manager of the Year award." Well, isn't that nice? So yeah, that's gonna be it for the starting episode. Next episode, we'll be doing the first week of matches, and no, there has been no gameplay in this video. But I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Hopefully this will be a long series, and I'm kind of excited to see how it goes and what response I get from this video. So if you did enjoy this video, even though, you know, there was no gameplay, please like it up. It helps me out a lot. Subscribe if you aren't already. And other than that, I will see you next time.